Hey friends, Beck Power here from Power Creative Media. Today we are answering the question, what if I would rather repurpose content in-house? So what if my own team can do it? Great. I get that question a lot. We talk about it on sales calls a lot when people are trying to decide if they should do it themselves or if they should get my team to do it. It's a really common question, a really interesting thing to think about. And I'm going to give you some things that you should consider before handing your repurposing off to your team. Now, I will say that I'm not going to try to tell you that one way is better than another. So my team is excellent at doing this. It's all we do. You can outsource completely to us. We're, work autonomously. You don't have to manage us. But there are a lot of benefits to doing it in-house as well. But here are some, I'm not going to try to dissuade you from doing it yourself, but there are a few things to think about. And most clients that have tried it before, when they come to us, these are the things that they said went wrong. So the first thing is to find the right person to do it in-house. If you're just hiring an assistant that can do it, great, but they need to have some really specific skills. And if they don't have them, your stuff is going to come out looking kind of subpar. And the first thing is graphics. They have to be able to use Canva. They have to be able to figure out what your branding looks like and how it should look consistently, not just once, but for quote cards all the time and different types of software or different types of like shapes of things and different platforms and whatnot. They have to have some grasp of graphic design. Secondly, they have to have some grasp of the English language and spelling and punctuation and fixing typos and noticing, having being somewhat detail oriented. And then there's the part, the third thing is really to think about, are they good with software? Can they handle it if it says this file type is too large? What do they do? And I suppose if I add another thing, like you're going to have to manage them. Do they work autonomously, or do they respond well to feedback, or do they, that type of thing. So the first thing really is to find a good fit. Are you hiring the right person / you may need more than one person? Number two, things to consider when deciding if you should repurpose your content in-house is, do you have an actual system to teach them? Because the number of times that I've heard about people hiring somebody like a VA and then going, oh crap, I've actually got to come up with something to tell you to do. Because, VAs and most social media managers or things like that, they need instruction. They need to have some type of daily schedule or things to do regularly or some process or workflow to go through. Now, we have a very detailed workflow that has worked for me now for 2 years. I've been building it for 2 years and it's been working for, several months now. But it took me a long time of creating really crappy workflows that were not efficient in order to find one that was really good. So you have to have a system to teach them. That's the second thing. And then the third thing to think about when deciding if you should repurpose your content in-house is the actual management of the person going forward. Do you want to be asked questions most days about your content? Do you want to be a part of that process? If you really want to be a big part of the process and creating your content, having somebody else do it, but also being a big part of it, then repurpose it in-house. Great. That you can change your quotes regularly, or rather change what you said, go check everything. I don't want to call it micromanaging because it sounds negative. It's not necessarily a negative thing. Some people work better that way. But if you are looking to outsource your content and not have to deal with it, that's the number one reason that people sign up with Power Creative Media, because they just don't want to deal with any of it. We send you an approval link at the end of the month that has all the pieces, and you can just click approve all, which is what most people do. And they spend less than 5 minutes on their content every month. But if you want to spend more than that, you want to be more involved, you want to come up with new stuff in addition to, reels or any other thing that you, if you want to be that involved, then I would hire in-house. I think if for people who want to be a big part of their content creation, I would do it yourself / do it with a social media manager or a VA or even a team of VAs. But again, if you want to outsource it and not have to think about it, then I would get an agency to do it. That is, in my experience, the best way forward. So if you have questions about how it looks to work with us, and have us take over your content so that you don't have to do it all in-house, then check out powercreativemedia.com. That is our website. It's where you can book a call with me. It's where you can ask questions. You can find out more about what our offers are. There are DIY versions if you want to take on, bits and pieces of this on your own. And there are a couple of options where we will do this for you, so you don't even need to think about it. So powercreativemedia.com if you want to outsource all of your content, and I will see you tomorrow.